It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, Hoops fans. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny, the Jet, the champion, Smith, and Shaquille, the Diesel, the champion several times, O'Neal. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. And on tap tonight, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Denver Nuggets. Looking at Denver, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. And we'll get to see Paul Millsap tonight with Paul. He's a guy who entered the league as a guy who would grind it out on the block, but he's transformed himself into a stretch 4 the last few seasons. How hard is it to make that change as a big man?
Well, I'm not a shooter, Ernie. I'm a prolific MF scorer.
What's
MF stands for most frequently.
Okay.
But I do know for a fact you don't get a good shot overnight. It takes time and effort. He's definitely worked on his game. Usually you work on your shot just to keep defenders honest, but he reminds me of Horace Grant up there 15 feet and out, looking really good.
Well, it's not easy to add a skill when you're in the NBA because pretty much a lot of times your game is set. But, I was,
Hello. Hey,
No,
you still there?
I had to.
Hey, did you lose your train of thought?
No, I was thinking
Hey, you
about
still
myself.
there?
I started thinking about myself. I started thinking about myself.
Wake up.
Hey.
I just started thinking about myself. I'm sorry. But Millsap has done a great job.
Hey, shake yourself, man.
Jeez.
Golly.
Why are you always talking about you?
We're trying to get this thing going. We're trying to do our jobs.
My bad.
At least maybe pay attention to what we're doing.
I was just a KS kind of scorer.
Kevin Harlan standing by. He's got the call.
That's what I was searching for. I forgot. I was like.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Home court belongs to the Timberwolves in this one as we bring you a Western Conference matchup here live from the Target Center in Minneapolis. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. The Nuggets here looking to pick one up here on the road before returning to Denver. These are the games that challenge you. Guys, they will have their work certainly cut out for them, but they believe they can come away with a win.
And it's in your DNA. You come up against a natural rival, you're going to be a little bit salty.
That's what makes these games great. I mean, no love lost between these two squads. It's great competition with a little animus sprinkled in there.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, sometimes it can be a problem when you have as much talent as the Timberwolves do on their team. And it's a lot of offensive talent as well. So are there enough touches for everybody? Now, Karl Anthony Towns says yes. He says, no matter what, we are all going to eat. There is enough food on the table for all of us. Kevin, this is always a problem for you, but we're going to let you eat first.
All right, D.A., not a problem. I ordered more than enough for all of us. Clark, good rebounding teams tonight. What makes these teams so strong, so reliable on the glass?
Well, initially it starts with good, solid defense because you're in better rebounding position when your defense isn't spread out and rotating. And then you locate players, box them out, master those basic fundamentals. And then the other thing is you pursue the ball. I mean, when it comes down to it, rebounding is about positioning and going after the ball.
Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Murray and Harris in the backcourt, and it's Chandler in at the small forward position. Now here's Wiggins. Here's Butler. Here's Towns. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Now here's Murray. He's covered closely. Millsap a screen on Butler. Harris drives in. Millsap misses, and the call up against Jokic. That is his first foul of the game. Looking at Minnesota, they took the win in their last game against the Lakers in Los Angeles.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. And when they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
The baseline J, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
Man, you like the intelligence he plays with. I mean, you got to respect that. Gets to his spots and scores efficiently.
T kicks to Towns. At the elbow, it's Wiggins. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Wiggins has got his first basket of the night.
Solid interior defense, but Wiggins with the body control to adjust. Nicely done.
Murray kicks to Harris. To the paint. He wants to get to Millsap and does. And Millsap slams it in.
Boy, nice timing on these jumps. He's somewhat on the small side for a power forward, but he just never gives up.
Now here's Teague. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Butler dishes to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Towns sets the pick for Wiggins. A three-pointer is right on target. Wiggins has got his second bucket of the night.
This is the dilemma defensively. I mean, when Wiggins glides off the pick, he's hard to shadow.
Harris kicks to Millsap. Over in the corner, Chandler. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And that's how you answer back.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, go right back at him. Show him you can shoot from outside all night long.
Now here's Teague. He dishes it to Towns. Over Jokic. They get the rebound, and it's Towns on the follow.
Boy, the relentless nature of Towns snatches the offensive board, then converts it into points efficiently and effectively done.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Pass to Chandler. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
The defense did a really good job of choking off the middle there once he got inside.
Towns, the screen. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Misses the three. For Denver, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Murray kicks to Millsap. Back to Murray. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Well, the problem last year for the Timberwolves was their defense. Allowed way too many points in the paint. Fortunately, they've improved their defense down the stretch here.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Murray. Another issue with the Wolves and their defense was that they weren't a great rebounding team outside, of course, Karl-Anthony Towns.
Yeah, and you know what? There weren't a lot of big issues with the Wolves defense, but the small issues added up and cumulatively were a problem. I think they've got to continue to build on becoming a solid defensive team.
And so Murray nails both of them. And during this part of the season, a lot of lengthy road trips can be found for teams in the league. Clark, I would assume it's maybe sometimes hard to play at your best when you've been on the road for a long time.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, there's a galvanizing aspect to being on the road because it's just you and your teammates against the opponent. But when you're out on the road for a long time, things can get a little stale. You can become a little distracted. So it becomes very difficult, particularly for young teams, to work through the grind and adversity of being on the road. Veteran guys are used to it, but the young fellas often struggle with that.
Now here's Wiggins. Wilson Chandler unable to get his shot to go. Towns, the pass to Teague. Second shot opportunity. Towns, no luck.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Chandler kicks to Jokic, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Teague dishes to Wiggins. He feeds it to Butler. Towns, a screen on Harris. Butler passes to Towns. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Towns has got 6.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Murray with it. What a tremendous game he played against Utah. Here's Jokic. Here's Millsap. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I like about Paul Millsap, Kevin, is he's relentless. There's no let-up when he's out there. I mean, he goes after every ball.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And Towns drops them both. And when you look at the second year for Towns, it's comparable to other great big men in the history of the NBA. And Greg, I'm talking about players in the top 50 of all time.
Yeah, I mean, just on the sophomore season stats, he looks like he projects to be one of the all-time greats. Comparable numbers to some of the best who have ever played it. Think of these names: Hakeem, Duncan, Ewing, and the Admiral. Maybe we'll be saying Karl Anthony Towns as well.
Now here's Teague. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Left side, Gibson. Can't cash in from close range.
Excellent concentration from the deep. Intimidated the shooter, bothered him, distracted him, and made him think twice as he went in for that layup.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That one is on Towns. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Timberwolves?
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
And the first one drops. And when the Nuggets are clicking on offense, Greg, they are a joy to watch.
You know, they are, and one reason is because they're one of the better passing teams in the league. And right near the top in terms of assists per game last season. And all players on this roster at all positions look to make that extra pass to get an easy bucket.
He's off on the second. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Wiggins kicks to Teague. Towns the screen. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Butler. The kick out to Teague. The Timberwolves again can't hit. The Nuggets have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. They set the screen. Chandler against Wiggins. Chandler dishes to Millsap. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2. Chandler against Wiggins. Butler from outside. Butler can't get that one to fall.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Chandler with the ball. Picked up by Teague for 3. Murray. And another miss by Denver. Minnesota in the lead. Outside Teague. To the wing right side. And Towns the bucket on the assist by Teague. Teague's got 3 assists tonight.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Now here's Millsap. One of the dependable scorers on the team. He's averaging close to 17 points a game. That shot off the mark. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Last game against the Nuggets, they lost in the Mile High City.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
Towns wide open. Minnesota working now with the new shot clock.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
And the basket by Harris. Harris has got his first points of the game.
And the clever passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the court.
Minnesota calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, when you play against this Minnesota team, you know they like to play at a slower pace. I mean, they had one of the slowest paces of play in the league last season. Not a team that really wants to put the pedal to the metal.
Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Big group substitution here for Denver. Kenneth Farid's checked in for Millsap. Hernan Gomez comes in for Wilson Chandler. Will Barton, he's checked in for Gary Harris. And Harris subbed in for Murray. Crawford's shot is good. And for the Wolves and their slower style of play, Clark, makes sense when you look at their roster. They have guys who command a lot of attention in half-court sets.
I agree with you, Kevin. I mean, Towns is the big one there. His versatility, he can step out as a big guy and make perimeter shots out to the three-point line. He can post it. Pretty good passer. Wiggins, terrific in isolations. Outstanding offensive player. This team can score the ball in transition. It's just not something they look for. I think they've got to balance it, though. Half-court action and a little more transition opportunity, and to grow defensively will allow this team to sniff the playoffs.
On the basket by Jones.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
Plumlee with the screen. Barton passes to Farid. Harris outside. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Jones kicks to Crawford. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And from the opening tip, they just crushed it. You see it now on the scoreboard.
Clearly in great rhythm. They've got it going on, I mean, in a big way. Excellent job at establishing a huge lead early on. Good job. Nice job by Farid to lay into that defender. Put some wood on him with that screen.
Timberwolves leading by 8. Crawford outside. Jang high post. Lots of room. Plumlee with the rebound.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Jang dishes to Crawford. They shoot again. No good. The Nuggets trail by 8. Here's Barton. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that to me makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
Shooting 2.
No good on that one. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, He knows exactly what he's about, famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
And he sinks the second. Clark, thinking back to all the players you played with, was there one player who you just instantly clicked with on the floor?
Herb Williams was a teammate of mine for 2 years in college at Ohio State, then a couple of years with the Indiana Pacers in my pro career. And he's one of the smartest and best teammates that I ever played with. Had a really good understanding and feel for the game, had a terrific motor, excellent touch, really good athlete for a guy that was 6'11", and is a dear friend. So he was probably my favorite teammate. And, you know, when I went to the Pacers, he had been there the year before and really broke me into the NBA in terms of things that needed to happen off the court to help me be the best I could be. So I'm indebted to Herb for his friendship and his mentorship as I made it from college. Well, actually from high school to college and then from college to the pros.
The Elitsa misses. The Nuggets trail by 9. Harris kicks to Barton. Looking for Harris. He gets it there. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
It's Crawford on the wing. 35 seconds left to play in the first. And finished off by Jang.
And if you're wondering why Jang shoots such a high percentage from the field, look no further than effort.
Harris passes to Fareed. It's Barton on the wing. Shot from 12. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
And just enough wiggle room to get off his shot.
Yeah, I like the quick release, Greg. He does a nice job getting it up quickly, especially when he's facing a bigger defender.
Back to Jones. Drains the three-pointer. Jones has got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Minnesota.
Aggressive coming out of the gate here, guys.
Oh, he hits it. How about that shot?
Big time, big time.
Incredible.
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave them to him.
And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a guy who seems to improve every season, Jimmy Butler. He spoke with us about one of his biggest surprises.
It's crazy because I've never thought that anybody would be preparing to guard me night in and night out. But they do. I have to learn to cope with that and still find a way to be successful on both ends of the floor. And it's a learning curve for me also, but I'm figuring it out.
And hard to doubt the dedication of Jimmy Butler. He's found a way to overcome obstacles at each important point along the way.
You know, he's a self-made player, and if Butler can stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Timberwolves?
And through that first period, for me, their work on the glass has been the difference.
Yep, pounding away on the boards. I mean, controlling the backboards. It's been a huge difference so far.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Minnesota, MyLeague is out there with Patton. Then it's Gorgie Dan. Then it's Crawford, and it's Jones in at the 1. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, Karl Anthony Towns was voted by GMs last season as the player they most want to build a franchise around. But he is not resting on his laurels. He said, I work hard on my game. I want to be the strongest player, the most intelligent player, and the most skilled player on the court at all times. Kevin?
Thanks, David. That work ethic will definitely help Towns get better. He's already a dynamite player. The Elitsa misses. The Nuggets trail by 5. Here's Jokic. Rebound by Jang. Jang's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Crawford kicks to Jones. Jang a screen. Jones dishes to Crawford. Crawford missing again.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
And Jokic slams it in.
Boy, that was a pretty assist by Harris.
Timberwolves leading by 3. To the middle. Here's Jang. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Kevin, a big guy with an emerging skill set. Jang ruling the paint there. Nice play.
Nuggets have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Jones against Harris. Fareed a screen on Crawford. Here's Barton and the rejection by Jang. And he recovers it. Hernan Gomez misses off the right iron. For Minnesota, they've gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Jones the pass to Patton. Kicks it to Crawford. And the pass to Jang. Here's Patton. Count it. Good. And it's a 7-point Minnesota lead. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be dependent on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and you know, that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
Wiggins is checked in for Minnesota. Jimmy Butler comes in for Jamal Crawford. Big group substitution here for Denver. Paul Millsap is checked in for Kenneth Fareed. Chandler comes in for Hernan Gomez. Harris is checked in for Will Barton. And it's Jamal Murray in for Harris.
And Butler knows he's got the green light to shoot whenever he wants to, especially when it's a catch-and-shoot situation.
Jokic with his screen on Jones. He used that pick to get in close.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
He kicks to Jang. Over Jokic, and again it's Minnesota.
And, you know, Kevin, Gorgui Jang gets his shot from the mid-range just about any time he wants, and the percentages show. He's pretty effective with it.
Now, here's Millsap. A floater. He lays it in. Millsap's got 6.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
Now here's Jones. Passes to Bielitsa. Outside Butler. Shot clock at 5. Wiggins from outside. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Millsap's got 5 rebounds tonight. Harris kicks to Murray. The dish to Millsap. Out to Chandler. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. And now just a 2-point Minnesota lead. Minnesota's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Jang a screen. Butler against Harris. Outside Butler. Top of the key. Denver grabs the miss. Millsap's got 6 rebounds in the game. This offense has really been clicking.
And they know it, guys. They're playing right now with the kind of energy that is hard to deal with.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
And last season, how about the jump to true stardom that Jokic was able to make? There was a stretch where every game he just looked more and more incredible. Truly gave this team, I think, a franchise player in the blink of an eye.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Towns, he's checked in for Jang. Gibson comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Teague in for Jones. On the free throw, no good. And for so many fans, Greg, of Jokic, it wasn't a surprise to see his play blossom last season.
And boy, did he. Jokic is so skilled for a big man, having played point guard growing up. Still very young and looks to be a star for a long time.
Millsap misses.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
Teague drives in. Gibson dishes to Teague. Butler kicks to Towns. No good. They had a chance to end the run there.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
That's what I call an everything but. Good execution, just didn't knock it down. But you're right. They're happy with that shot.
Now here's Butler following the miss by Jokic. And it's Gibson finishing it off.
Tell you what, you got to give Butler credit. He's good at sensing when his guys are wide open, and he gets the ball to him right away.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Feeds it to Millsap. Over Gibson, and Paul Millsap, the bucket on the assist by Jokic. Millsap's got the game tied up here for Denver. Teague, the pass to Wiggins. Gibson the screen. Harris against Butler. Inside, Gibson. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Millsap dishes to Murray. Harris against Butler. Millsap kicks to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Misses the wing J.
And the defense that time was late. And you got to feel fortunate he didn't put that one away.
And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Inside, Towns with the steal. That's a 2 from Butler. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Hey, I agree with you there. I mean, they were in a really nice flow, Greg. Seemed like they couldn't miss.
Here's Teague following the basket by Jokic. Towns the screen. Wiggins from outside. They get the rebound. Another shot. And Towns lays it in. Towns has got 16 points.
And, you know, as good as Towns is from outside, I mean, that play is why he shoots for a high percentage.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Out to Harris. 6 to shoot. Millsap a screen. Harris dishes to Chandler. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Harris has got 3 assists in the game. Minnesota in the lead. Now Teague. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Butler kicks to Gibson. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic.
And defensively, great anticipation, making a play there on the ball.
Well, the thing they did there, Greg, clogged up the passing lanes, playing them beautifully and making things hard for the opponent. That's really good defense.
Mason Plumlee's checked in for Denver. So it's the Timberwolves now. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And here we can check out the breakdown of rebounds tonight between the front court and the back court for Denver.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the board.
And he knocks down the first one. One of the hardest things, Clark, to defend in the league is the pick and roll. What do defenders need to key on when they're defending a pick and roll?
Well, I think a couple of things. One is you want to try to dictate where the pick and roll is going to happen and where you want the ball handler to go. And then there's got to be great communication. The 2 guys involved in the screen and roll have to be on the same page. There's got to be a lot of talk. And then the 3 guys maybe not involved have to be ready to help their teammates. So communication, a real sense of trying to dictate to that ball handler where you want him to go and what you want to give up, because you can't take away everything when you're defending a good pick and roll combination.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
And this is his second trip to the line in the game.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
And guys, that's an increase in his free throw percentage from last year. Maybe not a large one, but it is a little bit higher, so you've got to like that progress.
One shot.
That one drops. He ties it up. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Now here's Butler. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Lakers. Here's Towns. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Towns has got 20. Denver's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. Murray with it, picked up by Teague. The shot by Chandler, wide open. Here's Millsap, and the rejection by Towns.
Great timing on the block there. Towns helps affect winning in a lot of different ways.
Here's Butler. Fouled in the act of shooting. A three-point play chance coming up.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Crawford's checked in. Big group substitution here for Denver. Kenneth Faried, he's checked in for Millsap. Hernan Gomez comes in for Wilson Chandler. Will Barton, he's checked in for Harris. And Harris subbed in for Murray.
And watching Jimmy Butler, he just offers so much on offense from a scoring standpoint. You know, obviously he can get to the rack and draw the defense to him. Also really improved his ability to knock it down from beyond. Just a complete offensive player.
Plumlee, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Out of bounds, Minnesota takes possession. Now we have a moment to see the best rebounding teams in the league. The Nuggets, number 1.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Dishes to Towns. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there. And Greg, as you said, Butler is a threat to score from any part of the floor.
It's a bit of a dying art, though, hitting that mid-range jump shot. Butler also does a great job of getting to the line. That's increased over the course of his career. Just a well-rounded offensive player. And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Can they get it? And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Trickeration. I like that, partner. That's pretty strong word creation. And you've got to be creative, though, whether you're commentating or hooping, especially when you're going inside.
Patton, he's checked in for Minnesota. And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
Now here's Butler. He's got 7, and Towns gets it to go.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
It's Barton with the drive. That shot, no good. Towns with the defensive effort.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
That would be ideal, and that's exactly what they'll try to do. They don't need to rush it, just need to get a quality shot, and quickly.
There's the feed to Barton. A second chance effort. Plumlee. Towns with the steal. T kicks to Crawford, and it's blocked. They recover it, and the basket is good. Towns has got 26.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Hernan Gomez. The three-pointer, no good. T. He got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's been all about Karl Anthony Towns for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Scoring, rebounding, he was all over the place during that quarter. They are riding his performance right now. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Andrew, what do you like about the way the team's playing so far?
We're competitive right now. We're going after it. In our possession, we're going hard.
We'll see if that continues in the second half, Andrew. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here. Got Shaq, got Kenny the Jet Smith. We welcome you back to the halftime show on 2K Sports. The first half was all about Karl Anthony Towns. He ended up with 26 points, 3 steals, and 1 block. He seems to have carried the momentum from his last game right into tonight. And Shaq, what do you think about what we saw from Minnesota?
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Denver?
They ran into a buzzsaw, and it was on full blast. And once they fell behind, the crowd got into it, and it seemed that they lost a lot of confidence. They started pressing, forcing things, and it made it worse. So in the second half, relax, man. Just remember, there's 2 more quarters. It's a fresh start.
And that is just about going to wrap it up as the second half is moments away. Down to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the crew.
The buildings of downtown Minneapolis all lit up on this lovely evening. Welcome back, everyone, to the Twin Cities. The second half just about to get going here. Karl Anthony Towns has been sensational.
Yeah, and the fact he's posted a double-double with about half the game left to play, that's impressive.
And you know what, Greg? He's showing no signs of slowing down now. This game has been all him, and he's been a force.
The Nuggets trail by 8, so on the floor for Denver. Chandler at small forward with Millsap the 4. Murray and Harris in the backcourt, and it's Jokic in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Now here's Murray. And the refs are going to rule that unnecessary contact. It's a flagrant 1 foul.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. 1 more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Free throw, good. Jokic. Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, just a real lack of aggressiveness there right now. I mean, can't give up these types of layups to begin the quarter, Greg. I mean, that's a no-no.
Here's T. Following the basket by Jokic. Towns, no luck.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Chandler. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. That one is on Towns. For Denver, they have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. And the first one drops.
You know, the last few seasons, the Timberwolves assembled a terrific young core. Now they're ready, I think, to take that next step forward, adding veterans like Butler, Teague, and Gibson. I think they're ready to win right now.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. For the Wolves in their breakout season that everyone was waiting for, the pressure is felt by the team. It's just hard to pick out when a group of young players, Clark, is going to put it all together.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but that Western Conference about as stacked as it's ever been, Kevin. But you know what? I think the Wolves are primed and ready to be contenders.
The rebound by Wilson Chandler.
Got to find a way to energize themselves, get going. 0 for 3. Well, they're looking for their rhythm right now.
Now here's Murray. Teague covering. Murray kicks to Jokic. He dishes it to Harris. Jokic a screen. Here's Millsap. To the left side wing. Murray for 3. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. 7 points for Jamal Murray.
Got to give respect to the range of Murray. I mean, he can nail it from distance.
Wiggins dishes to Towns. Over Millsap. Another miss by Minnesota.
You know, sometimes rest can do more harm than good. It certainly looks that way for them. They've been cold coming out and have yet to find the bottom of the net.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, analytics has taken over the NBA, but Minnesota coach and president of basketball operations, Tom Thibodeau, says it doesn't tell you everything. He said analytics can measure a lot of things, but it's very difficult to measure drive. The magic is in the work. Kevin?
And Tom Thibodeau makes a good point, D.A. Analytics is certainly helpful, but it doesn't capture everything. Gorky Dangs checked in for Towns. Murray kicks to Harris. Gibson with the steal. And Teague has it in the corner. A putback. Millsap grabs the miss.
Tell you what, Kevin, it would be helpful if he would start to contribute a little more on offense, because when he's missing, it makes it really hard for this team.
Now here's Millsap. 8 points for him. Harris misses.
And nothing fancy really about that play. That's just good old-fashioned hard-nosed basketball to get that one.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Rumors about Butler being traded from Chicago were circulating last season. Draft day comes around, and the Minnesota Timberwolves made their move, Greg, to acquire him.
Yeah, and the more you look at it, the trade looks great for Butler and the Wolves. Reunites him with Coach Thibodeau. Joins an incredibly young core in Towns and Wiggins, and the sky's the limit, I think, for this young Wolves team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Butler.
And Butler emerging as a leader both on and off the floor, a player who plays with great passion and goes all out for his team all the time.
And so Butler nails both of them.
Textbook shooting from the stripe. Great form, soft release, mark it up.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. For Denver, they have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line.
And as a team, really just middle of the pack in terms of their percentage from the line at about 76.
And, you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
And really the Nuggets, a stronger team than many had predicted last season. One area that troubled them was the defensive end. And when they would lose, it was usually by being unable to come up with consistent stops.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Jones is checked in. 4 on the clock. Here's Harris. Banked in off the glass. Harris has got his second basket of the night.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones. And for the Nuggets and their defensive issues, Greg, a lot of it stemmed from their lack of rim protection.
Yeah, the inability to challenge shots in general, for that matter. And they also had problems applying pressure and forcing turnovers as a team, at the bottom of the league in terms of turnovers forced.
Bielitsa, he checks in for Minnesota. Now here's Chandler, 13 points in the game. Here's Murray. That's good. And it's Millsap with the assists. Now it's a 6-point Denver lead.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Timberwolves have got a paltry 0 of 6 to begin the third quarter. What a terrible start to the half. Wiggins against Chandler. Wiggins outside. Here's the teardrop. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Harris. Outside, Jones. They get it back. Bielitsa. Good work defensively by Millsap.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
You know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
In the corner, it's Wiggins. Again, Wiggins missing.
Boy, I'm surprised he couldn't put that away. I mean, the defense clearly botched an assignment, leaving him open.
Millsap down low. Bielitsa's there. The Nuggets with another miss.
Hey, I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket from Zhang.
Good rhythm in the catch-and-shoot game. Defensively, you prefer to force Zhang into at least one dribble. Not quite as effective if he has to put it on the ground.
Now here's Murray. He's got 10. Here's Jokic. Rebound by Zhang.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Wiggins, and he got the whistle, so he'll have a 3-point play opportunity.
Boy, I tell you, when Wiggins attacks now, good things seem to happen. Now a potential and one. Boy, this young fella's got major talent.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. Big group substitution here for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Millsap. Hernan Gomez comes in for Wilson Chandler. Martin's checked in for Harris. And Harris subbed in for Murray.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Hey, and you know, when you're the #1 overall pick, there's some pressure that comes with that stature, and Wiggins had a lot of pressure on him because of that. Has responded well, though, and I think stardom is in this guy's future. I mean, you look at his overall game and how he's developing, a really good threat on offense, and I think he's got a chance to be all NBA defense at some point.
And just thinking about the maturing of Wiggins' game and how he's developed, Clark, he's shown that he can carry an offense as a perimeter player. Few can do that at his age.
Yeah, and he was able to do that in part because he was forced to. When Levine went down last season with an injury, stepped up his scoring, and I think he's only going to get better as he gets older.
That's good from Harris.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
Fareed's checked in for Nikola Jokic, and Harris drops them both. And one of the toughest parts about playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves is the travel schedule.
Yeah.
Clark, even interdivision games can involve lengthy flights, and the team travels more than any other in the NBA.
Yeah, and you know, everybody travels, and it is part of the league, but it is a small disadvantage for Minnesota to deal with. Not a big one, but nonetheless something unique to them as a team. Not much you can do about it, though. That's their lot, and they've got to make it work.
Now here's Wiggins. He's got 8. Rebounded by Fareed. Fareed's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Plumlee with the screen. Barton outside. Not going to go that time. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Wiggins right side. Stolen by Fareed. Gomez kicks to Plumlee. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nuggets.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
They've really been on fire from beyond the arc tonight, too. I mean, a lot of their points have come from out there.
Free throw good. Gomez. Patton, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. That misses, so he splits the free throws.
And, you know, Gorgui Dieng is a big man who can play both the 4 and the 5. He doesn't stand out on offense, understated there, but very valuable and solid and consistent. He's a rim protector and a space eater, but also a pretty effective rebounder, too.
Now here's Jones. He has 6. Crawford's shot is good.
No excuse for that kind of defense. I'm positive they're upset about that.
With his first shot attempt, and it comes off the front of the rim. And Dieng, a solid challenger at the rim with his shot blocking. Clark, he doesn't mind having a secondary role on a team as long as they are winning.
Yeah, you know what? He's really comfortable in his own skin and what his role is. He's got great awareness of how to help his team. Never tries to do too much on the offensive end, and he's really good at playing with any other type of big guy that the Wolves put on the floor.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
I've been impressed with how well they've penetrated tonight, too.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
The free throw off from Dieng.
And I'll tell you what, guys, Dieng keeps himself in peak physical condition. Low body fat percentage, and I think that's a byproduct of spending time at Louisville. Fanatic for that kind of stuff.
Now here's Jones. He averages about 5 points a game. Harris outside. Pass to Barton. 5 on the clock. Over Crawford. And Plumlee kicks to Gomez. It's Barton on the wing. Down low. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Bucket is good. Gomez has got 5.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Pass to Bielitsa. Back to Crawford. There's the pick. Shot off the pick. It's hauled in by the Nuggets.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Here's Hernan Gomez, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
If you're waiting for him to miss when he's that open, you're going to be in for a long wait.
Crawford outside. Back to Jang. Here's Patton. He's guarded by Plumlee, and the shot is good. The Denver lead has been cut to just 1 point on the basket from Patton. Denver's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Plumlee sets the pick for Harris. And he's going up for the alley-oop, and stolen by Jang. Jones in the post, guarded by Harris. The Nuggets shooting 41% from the floor so far in the third. He feeds it to Barton. To the inside. And Fareed kicks to Hernan Gomez. And he's good on the 3-ball. 10 points for him.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Jang, a screen. Crawford, no one around him. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Here's Harris. Lays it up and banks it in. Harris has got the lead up to 6 now for Denver.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Crawford. 9 points in the game so far. Here's the screen. Beyond the arc. Buries the long-range jumper. Crawford's got 6 in the quarter.
He's starting to feel it. He's in a groove here in the second half.
Plumlee with a screen on Jones. Harris dishes to Plumlee. Got a piece of it. Outside, Jones. 58 seconds left in the third quarter. Jang, a screen. Here's Crawford. Crawford with another miss. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
And out of bounds as the Timberwolves gain possession. Minnesota making some changes. Karl Anthony Towns checked in for Gorgui Dieng. Butler comes in for Bjelica. And it's Teague in for Jones. Timberwolves trail by 3. Teague kicks to Crawford. And there's the pass to Butler. Towns the screen. Lets it go from the wing. Plumlee with the rebound. Denver's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Harris outside. And here is Hernan Gomez. Fareed outside. High post shot. Misses the shot. It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Denver on top. They lead by 3. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. Moments ago from the huddle, let's listen in on Coach Mike Malone.
Let's build on it. Let's build on that quarter. No let up. Great defense, okay? That's who we are.
Mike Malone citing the terrific D, wanting his guys to stay in character and keep pressing.
Yeah, they're feeling their oats right now. Can they take it up, though, another level? Let's find out.
All right, we welcome you back to what's been a hard-fought battle. Fourth quarter should be good. Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Teague out there with Crawford. And it's Butler in at the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Count it, and the Nugget lead has been cut to just 1 on the basket from Crawford. Denver's gotten the three-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Plumlee with the screen. Here's Harris. Not enough on that one as it misses. Timberwolves shooting not great, 40% for the game. Crawford up top, guarded by Harris. Gibson the screen. T kicks to Butler. 6 to shoot. Over Chandler. Butler, no good. Crawford against Harris. Down low. Plumlee, and it's slammed in by Plumlee.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
The Nuggets leading by 3. Here's Murray. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Towns, and so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Patton, he's checked in for Towns, and Wiggins is subbed in for Jamal Crawford. And the first one at the line is good.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Jokic is checked in. And so Murray nails both of them.
And Murray has a full package. I mean, he's a deadly shooter and a surprisingly good penetrator, too. A terrific guard.
Here's Wiggins, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Kicks to Harris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Really, the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup, give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
First one falls for him.
And they're doing a very good job at the line this half.
Second free throw, no good.
Well, he did enough there. He made it a 2-possession game, at least.
Teague with the ball, out guarded by Murray. Teague kicks to Butler. Outside Teague. Shoots from 14. The putback, it's good on the putback.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's Murray, passes it to Jokic. For those just joining us, 4th quarter here, we're just over 2.5 minutes into it. The Nuggets with another miss. Millsap with the steal. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Murray for 3. Here's Jokic, out to Harris. Lets the 3 fly. And again, Denver no good. Timberwolves trail. Here's Butler. Here's Wiggins, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Well, I tell you what, that 7-foot condor-like wingspan of Wiggins helps him get to the miss and convert it into points.
Now, here's Millsap. He gets that one to drop. He's now 5 of 12. Look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th. Outside Teague. He kicks it to Butler. Over Harris. Butler missing again.
I think these are the shots he's got to avoid taking. I mean, already struggling. He's not helping his team right now looking at those shots.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Mm-hmm. Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
Murray, no good. Timberwolves have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Wiggins dishes to Butler. Yep, that one goes in there. Butler's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves.
And Butler does a nice job using his body. I mean, especially when he's close to the basket, comfortable operating inside.
Now here's Millsap. Murray with it. Millsap kicks to Murray. Just 5 on the clock. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. They grab their own miss, and that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Millsap. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Zhang's checked in. The Timberwolves have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. They set the pick. Zhang a screen, and a wide open look here for Wiggins. That's good, and so Teague with the assist.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
Millsap a screen. Murray the pass to Chandler. To the inside, and it's out of bounds. The Nuggets able to retain possession here. Minnesota on D. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth quarter.
And this is something you'd like to see more of from Zhang, given his size and wingspan.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Boy, that was a terribly difficult shot, but still, somehow, some way, it went down. Wow.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over.
And with the tide running against them, needs to talk it over with his guys.
You're exactly right. Halting the other team's run momentarily. Let's see what he comes up with now, Greg.
Bielitsa, he checks in for Gorgie Dang. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, well, Mike Malone talked to his team during that last timeout. He's not satisfied with their effort level. He said, we're not hustling out there, guys. We are not going to win that way. I promise you. We've got to get after it. We'll see how his team responds.
Here's Butler, following the score by Jamal Murray. And Bielitsa kicks to Wiggins. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Clock is at 3 over Chandler. That one wide left.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Harris passes to Jokic. Now here's Murray. Millsap at the elbow. No good. Shot missing. And Minnesota will come the other way. They've led by as much as 10. That one goes. Count it. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked. You're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Now here's Murray. Here's Jokic. Arm's length from the hoop. He knocks it down.
And he has the chops for this, raising the intensity when it matters most.
Yeah, he's really calm in these situations. Simply takes his time in tight spots. You got to be patient, and he is playing to his strengths.
Here's Wiggins, following the basket by Jokic. Pass to Bielitsa. Now Teague. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket.
And that is a shot Teague loves to take whenever he gets a look at the rim.
And here is Murray. Harris kicks to Jokic. Rebound by Bielitsa. Bielitsa's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Here's Butler. Second chance shot, and the whistle blows, so a chance here for a 3-point play.
And you just hate to give up those second chance points.
Yeah, those are back crushers. I mean, they really crack your back when you give teams second shots like that.
Cole Aldrich, he's checked in for Minnesota.
Taj Gibson is a solid role player, really one of the best we have. A good rebounder and defender with a soft touch from the mid-range and can score without having plays called for him.
Now here's Murray. On the wing, Chandler. Covered by Wiggins. Chandler dishes to Millsap. And Aldrich sends it back.
Well, we know this about Aldrich, Kevin. I mean, a plus shot blocker. Shows good instincts and gives maximum effort.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Zhang's checked in. Clock at 2. The Nuggets with another miss. Timberwolves leading by 8. Teague left side. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. They recover it. Gibson the screen. Teague the pass to Butler. Over Harris. Timberwolves keep it alive.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
Here's Butler. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Butler kicks to Gibson. Here's the dish to Wiggins. Chandler with the steal. Harris outside. Butler with the steal. Wiggins against Chandler. On the wing, Wiggins. Outside Teague. There's the triple. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. There's a good screen. Jokic inside. He's against Zhang. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. That one is off. And he's good on the second. Timberwolves leading by 5. T kicks to Butler. Gibson against Millsap. Shoots. No good from Gibson. The Nugget shooting has been dreadful lately, around 28% here in the 4th. Harris drives in. The Nuggets with another miss. Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. There's 1:38 left in the game. Teague dishes to Wiggins. Chandler against Butler. Fade away. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
And out of rhythm offensively, but he continues to work at it.
Yeah, you know what? I think eventually he will find his rhythm because he is off right now, but all it takes is one hoop, and you're back in rhythm.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Able to finish through contact there, Kevin. Wiggins with the broad shoulders and excellent body control. Nicely done.
The Nuggets trail by 7. Murray kicks to Millsap. Murray sets a screen for Harris. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
First free throw is good, and that trims the lead to 6. And he makes both free throws.
The lead's not looking as comfortable after those free throws. Nice job.
Outside Teague. Jang with the screen for Wiggins. Feeds it to Butler. Over Harris. Butler missing again.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Millsap kicks to Chandler. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Jang. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. That was a big one. You can hear it.
And sometimes the silence of a crowd can speak volumes.
And I think we'll see them burn the clock a bit here.
Yeah, smart move.
We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. 6 to shoot. Gibson a screen. T kicks to Wiggins. Knocks down the 3.
Slane and Lane all comers. Wiggins with the confidence to put the team on his back when it matters most.
Denver calls timeout. They're behind by 5. Just 4 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Yeah, this has been rough all the way around. I mean, coming in with high hopes and then just now trying to finish the best they can.
Well, Greg, this one's clearly over. This is done. But hopefully they can find some momentum to carry into the next game.
And here's Millsap from the arc. The shot, no good. And so the Timberwolves take the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
I feel great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. So long and good night, everyone.